You're at the airport, half awake, boarding pass in hand, when an officer points straight at you. "Step aside, sir. We need to check your phone." Your stomach drops. Your thumb hovers over the screen. Every text, every photo, every private note flashes through your mind. If someone took your phone right now, what would they see first? What message, what image, what conversation might suddenly look suspicious? It's not random. It's not a mistake. In that moment, your entire digital life could become evidence, even if you've done nothing wrong. The photo you forgot to delete, the message sent months ago, a joke shared in private, suddenly, harmless content can spiral into hours of questioning. This isn't a movie. It happens every day in U.S. airports. Last year alone, over 35,000 phones and laptops were inspected at checkpoints and borders. Most travelers were completely ordinary. Journalists, engineers, tourists, students, people just trying to catch a flight. And here's the part most Americans don't realize. The person checking your phone might not even be TSA. It could be Customs and Border Protection, an agency with sweeping authority to copy your data, analyze your social media, and even comb through private chats, all without suspicion or a warrant. 2 uniforms, 2 badges. One can only check your bag. The other can download your life. You think it's random? Think again. If you believe this could never happen to you, thousands of ordinary travelers have already learned the hard way. Subscribing now could be the difference between walking into an airport unprepared and protecting your privacy, your data, and your freedom. Most travelers assume the worst they face at airport security is a long line or the inconvenience of removing shoes and belts. TSA agents are trained to detect guns, explosives, and other physical threats. Their authority stops at the tangible. They cannot legally demand access to your messages, your photos, or your social media. But as soon as you step past that checkpoint into the realm of Customs and Border Protection, everything changes. CBP officers operate under a far broader mandate. They can ask for your device, unlock it, copy its contents, and examine your digital life, all without a warrant, suspicion, or your consent. Emails, texts, photos, private apps, social media accounts, every corner of your digital presence is fair game. It's a system built to protect borders, but for ordinary travelers, it can feel like stepping into a maze where the rules shift without warning. The contrast is stark. You, an individual with a device you consider private, against the system with sweeping authority and nearly unlimited access. And here's the part most people don't see coming. It's not what's on your phone that threatens your trip. It's what you haven't prepared for. The photos you forgot to delete, the messages you never thought twice about, the apps you left connected, those are the silent triggers. Understanding this distinction between TSA and CBP is the first step. Knowing that one protects physical safety and the other can touch every aspect of your digital life is what turns fear into strategy. Awareness here isn't just precaution. It's the difference between a routine flight and hours of questioning, delay, or worse. They weren't criminals, just travelers, like you. A Brazilian engineer arrived in Miami carrying only work files and photos from a research facility. He had nothing to hide, nothing suspicious, just images of equipment and lab notes he needed for a project. Yet when he handed over his phone, officers flagged the images. Hours passed, questions mounted, flights were missed. His visa was nearly jeopardized, all because a device holding perfectly innocent content was misinterpreted. Across the country, a Colombian social media influencer faced a different ordeal. Her phone contained memes and posts commenting on immigration policies. Nothing illegal, nothing threatening, just content she had shared with her followers. But when border officers reviewed her account, the humor and critique were misread. She spent 6 hours answering questions, her travel plans collapsing in real time as an ordinary digital presence became a target of intense scrutiny. A Canadian man traveling through Detroit learned that even group chats can trigger suspicion. His WhatsApp group named Los Campos 420 was nothing more than a fantasy football community. Yet agents connected the number to drug culture and held him for hours, questioning him about activities that never existed. These stories aren't rare. According to the ACLU, 65% of device inspections in 2024 targeted ordinary travelers, people with no criminal record and no prior warning. Most of them, 82%, unlocked their devices under pressure, often without realizing they weren't legally required to. In these moments, innocence doesn't protect you. Digital life can be misread, misunderstood, and misused. A casual joke, a work photo, a private chat, anything can trigger hours of questioning or a disrupted trip. The lesson is clear. The system doesn't discriminate based on guilt. Anyone can find themselves trapped in hours of interrogation simply because the device in their pocket exposes them in ways they never imagined. You'd help a friend avoid this, right? Share this video. It might save someone's next trip. Many travelers tell themselves, I have nothing to hide. There's nothing on my phone that matters. It sounds reassuring, but it's the exact trap that puts you at risk. Nothing to hide doesn't mean nothing to protect. It means leaving your entire digital life exposed, assuming innocence will shield you from scrutiny. A Harvard study revealed a startling fact. 73% of border and checkpoint issues arose from content travelers didn't even remember having. Old messages, forgotten photos, apps downloaded and abandoned. These overlooked pieces of your digital life can trigger suspicion, misinterpretation, and hours of questioning. Take the case of a lawyer who, thinking she was being cautious, deleted photos from a university protest days before her flight. She assumed erasing them would remove any risk. Instead, the deletion itself drew attention. Officers held her for 12 hours, flagged her device, and nearly revoked her work visa. Her mistake wasn't in what she had kept, it was in how she tried to protect herself too late. Airports and border systems are not only capable of reviewing current content. Forensic tools can detect deletion patterns and recover files months, even years old. Messages thought gone can reappear. Images can be reconstructed, and innocent behavior can be misread as deliberate concealment. The realization hits slowly but firmly. Your digital footprint is permanent, but it's also misinterpretable. Trusting that innocence alone will protect you leaves you vulnerable. What you fail to manage today can control how hours of your next trip unfold tomorrow. Awareness isn't paranoia, it's a strategic necessity. Understanding that what you haven't prepared for is often more dangerous than what you actually carry changes everything about how you approach travel, planning, and digital life. Even when you think your device is safe, hidden risks are already building beneath the surface. Weeks before a trip, certain content can quietly put you in the crosshairs. Conversations about politics or controversial topics meant to be private can be misread as threatening. Photos from parties, protests, or sensitive locations can raise questions you never anticipated. Apps for dating, cryptocurrency, or messaging services from foreign countries can attract unnecessary attention. Even the names of your contacts, quirky nicknames, or private jokes can appear suspicious when viewed without context. The problem isn't that these things are illegal or immoral, it's that border officers and digital inspection systems interpret them without nuance. That's why preparation is essential. Start weeks ahead, not hours before your flight. Gradually clean your digital footprint. Back up essential files in encrypted storage. Delete sensitive content slowly, giving the system no reason to flag sudden activity. The digital world doesn't forget, but you can control what it remembers. By taking careful, methodical steps, you reduce the chance that an innocent message, a forgotten photo, or a casual joke becomes a trigger for hours of questioning or a disrupted trip. Understanding the silent traps in your device is no longer optional. It's part of responsible travel, a skill every smart traveler needs.
The most experienced travelers aren't relying on luck or hoping no one looks too closely at their devices. Journalists, diplomats, and tech experts know that preparation is everything. They start with an encrypted cloud backup, securing every message, photo, and document before they do anything else. Once their data is safe, they reset their phone to factory settings, then reinstall only the apps essential for travel. Airline apps, hotel reservations, offline maps, and emergency contacts. Some go further, carrying a dedicated travel phone, a device stripped of personal content and built solely for communication and navigation while on the road. Laptops get the same treatment. Separate user profiles that keep work, personal, and travel data entirely distinct. It's not about hiding anything. It's about controlling how your digital life is interpreted. Every step is designed to minimize risk, maintain privacy, and ensure that even a casual inspection cannot be misread. These strategies don't just prevent problems, they give you confidence. You walk into airports knowing that no accidental message, forgotten photo, or app will turn into a prolonged interrogation. If you've ever said, "I travel smart," now is the moment to prove it. Subscribe and stay 2 steps ahead of everyone in line. Even with perfect preparation, you might still be asked to hand over your device. The first step is understanding exactly who is making the request. TSA agents focus on physical threats. CBP officers, on the other hand, have the authority to inspect your digital life. Knowing the difference immediately changes how you respond. Stay calm. Ask clearly if unlocking your device is legally required. Often simply showing that you understand your rights can de-escalate tension. Never verbally give your password. If needed, write it down on paper, which protects you from claims that you voluntarily disclosed access under pressure. If the situation escalates, request a supervisor and ask for a lawyer. These steps are not confrontational, they are protective. Always demand a receipt for any confiscated devices, ensuring there is a record of exactly what was taken. The approach differs depending on your citizenship. U.S. citizens cannot be denied entry, though devices may still be held for review. Non-citizens face a more complex risk assessment, and weighing privacy against entry is essential. Composure is your most effective tool. Calm, precise, informed actions can turn what feels like intimidation into a controlled, manageable process. In moments like this, knowledge isn't just power, it's protection. The landscape of airport security is changing faster than most travelers realize. Artificial intelligence is no longer just a tool for scanning luggage. It's learning how you interact with your devices, analyzing how often you unlock your phone, the rhythm of your typing, the order in which you open apps. Even small patterns that seem meaningless can be interpreted as data points in a digital profile. Pilot programs in some airports are already extracting information through Wi-Fi and Bluetooth signals without ever asking. By 2026, regulations may expand this power, allowing officers access to your cloud backups the moment your device connects. A phone you thought was clean and safe could reveal more than you ever intended. But the same technology that poses new threats can also protect you. Encrypted messaging, biometric locks, and travel-focused secure mode apps are tools travelers can use to stay one step ahead. Each layer of protection is another way to control what your digital life communicates, intentionally or unintentionally. Even your silence tells a story. Make sure it's the right one. Preparation, awareness, and smart use of technology aren't just precautions, they are the shield that allows you to navigate this evolving landscape without fear. Understanding the reach of AI transforms anxiety into strategy and uncertainty into control. The time to act isn't at the airport. It starts long before your flight, and the most prepared travelers follow a precise rhythm. 30 days before departure, begin a gradual cleanup. Delete sensitive messages and files slowly, not all at once, and create encrypted backups of everything essential. Protect your data before you touch your device again. 15 days out, prepare a travel phone. Move only the apps and files necessary for your journey. Airline apps, hotel reservations, offline maps, and emergency contacts. Keep your primary phone at home or stripped to essentials, isolating personal content from the trip. 3 days before takeoff, disable connectivity. Turn off Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, and NFC. Unlink all accounts, ensure backups are up to date, and avoid any last-minute deletions that might trigger suspicion. Preparation at this stage is about precision and subtlety. During inspection, calmness is your strongest tool. Use guest or restricted modes, never submit biometrics under duress, and maintain a methodical, controlled presence. Each action signals confidence and awareness, reducing unnecessary scrutiny. After travel, continue vigilance. Reset passwords, monitor your identity, and stay alert for any unusual activity. Your digital footprint doesn't end at the gate. It extends into every account and device linked to you. Your phone isn't just a device. It's your digital passport. Protect it like your life depends on it, because sometimes it does. You just learned what most travelers never will. Before your next trip, hit subscribe, comment "Ready to travel smart," and share this so others don't walk in blind. The rules have changed. The world is watching. Every message, every photo, every click can tell a story you never intended. But now, you're ready. You understand the risks, you've learned the strategies, and you know how to move through airports with calm, control, and confidence. Your device is no longer a liability. It's a tool you can manage, a reflection of the traveler you choose to be. The journey isn't just about reaching your destination, it's about traveling smart, informed, and empowered. Before you go, make sure to subscribe. Check out our playlist on related travel security insights, from airline carry-on traps to airport hacks airlines hide. Knowledge is your passport. Use it wisely.